The argument around pensions and the triple lock, which comes up now on a fairly regular basis, some people feel is only on the table to be talked about because of the issues around the amount of other welfare payments, like, for example, PIP. My understanding is that compared to other places in Europe, the response post-COVID has been much slower in the UK for people to return to work. The payment of benefits is much higher. So what can you do? Because nobody wants a cut when the cut affects them.
I think you're absolutely right. We need to tackle both, frankly. And I think we need a really grown-up conversation in the how and why we would do that. So I think I look at these cross-generational issues, because that's really what they are, through the lens of the family. So if I were to ask 10 people in the street who are in their sort of 50s or over, there's probably a general view that the youth of today are work shy, can't get a proper job, they're all scrounging. And if you ask people leaving school and looking for work, there'll be a view that those people who are either in retirement or approaching retirement are hoarding all of the wealth in the country and are not willing to contribute and didn't realise how good they had it in their day. And of course, both can't be right. And if you look at it in individual families, that's rarely the case. There are of those older people that I might talk to, when I talk to a group of my father-in-law's friends in the pub, their general view might be that the young people of today are work shy and lazy. But of course, their grandchildren are the most hard-working geniuses of their generation, and they're doing everything they can. Similarly, those young people who have a view that all the baby boomers are hoarding the wealth, they don't really want to deprive their grandparents and parents of inheriting a home or their ability to live comfortably in their old age. So we take very different views when we look at it through that family lens. And there are trade-offs within those families. And I think that's the way to look at it. As a conservative, I think the family doesn't have to be the old-fashioned nuclear family, but that sense of belonging within your family should matter to us all. And I think actually what you're asking people to do is you're asking an older generation, if you're looking at the pensions, you're saying, well, you didn't invest for your pension. You paid for your grandparents and your parents to have a pension, and now it's your children who are paying for your pension. Our state pension in this country is the biggest Ponzi scheme there is. So what we're asking you is to take a bit of a hit so that your children have got more chance of getting on the housing ladder themselves, because you were able to get a home at a younger age, and actually that's what people want. And if people can see a direct so that family related benefit, so you can see I'm giving up something because people within my family across the generations are likely to benefit from it, then I think it's still a difficult conversation, but I think it's a conversation really worth having. Whereas if you have the conversation in terms that says, well, we're going to take money off pensioners to give it to the work shy youth who can't be bothered to work, or we're only protecting the pensioners because they're the ones who turn out and vote and you lot can go hang, then actually we have a real mismatch. So I think we need to be really frank with people about what the challenge is, explain it to people in terms of their own families and the people they know, and have policies that will genuinely see people benefit, so they can see why they're having to have some of their benefits or pensions reduced, because we're building a stronger economy and we're building a stronger community as a result.